joining us for this Tuesday edition of The Q. We're so sorry about our technical glitch earlier, but thank you for sticking with us. We're live once again from our secret basement, not JMO's parents' basement, but still in Charleston, the oldest and largest city in South Carolina. It's December 12th and the Christmas countdown is down to just 13 days. And well, I mentioned it before, but I wanted to make sure you all heard, today is National Ding-a-Ling Day. This is where millions of people reportedly call one person they haven't spoke to in a really long time. So much fun. So if you decide to participate, hashtag ding-a-ling, hashtag the Q, we want to hear from you. Anyway, enough of that, on to the important some real cash. And today's prize is a little tricky. You'll have about 10 seconds from when the question starts to tap your very best guess. Like always, if you don't know, just have a guess, because everyone loves a try it and you've got to be in it to win it. So taste, is it sweet, bitter or tart? Others are known as salt, sweet, sour, bitter. We'll be moving on to the next round. Is it a beret, bowler or a boater? That's beret, bowler or boater. And the correct answer is similar to the military style hat. And we had lots of people get that right. Just under 1,500 of you got that correct. And we'll be moving on to question number 3. Who was the author of the Sherlock Holmes series book? Those are the options. And of course, the answer is Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. First trained as a surgeon, as you do, but he got his fame as the author of over 60 Sherlock Holmes stories, starting in the 1880s. Okay, question number 4 is a blast from the past. Which of these is not considered an original game piece from the board game Monopoly? Is it shoe, aeroplane or thimble? And remember, which of these is not considered an original game piece? You got it. The correct answer is aeroplane, and this one seems like an internet myth, but it's apparently true. There is more Monopoly than real money printed in the USA every year. The maker of the board game says it prints over 30 billion in Monopoly money every year, whereas the US government only replaces roughly 974 million per year. Let's move on to the next question. It's question number 5, and we're going international. How many streets intersect at the Arc de Triomphe in Paris? Is it 12, 10 or 8? That's 12, 10 or 8. Well, the correct answer is 12, and not only is there 12 streets intersecting, there is no lane divisions, so it may just be a little bit stressful if you're not used to driving on the other side of the road like me. But absolute mayhem for Americans, as I can't imagine there'll be any stop signs there. Well, over 250 of you got that correct. You'll be moving on to question 6. Let's go. Question number 6. Some history. Shakespeare's sonnets, published in 1609, contains how many sonnets? Is it 154, 149, or 167? Well, the correct answer is 154, and Shakespeare still to this day is the best-selling fiction author of all time, selling over 4 billion copies of poetries and plays. Well, over 113 of you got that right. You'll be moving on to question number 7, and it's for you tech-savvy people. In 2008, these two major TV manufacturers pled guilty for price fixing. Was it Vizio and Sony, LG and Sharp, or Panasonic and Samsung? Well, if you clicked LG and Sharp, then you'll be moving on to the next round, and as a result, LG and Sharp had to pay $585 million in fines. Ouch. Well, the end is in sight. For 20 of you, you'll be moving on to question number 9, and this is getting near the end. Okay, question number 9. How many countries does the equator pass through? Is it 9, 11, or 13? That's 9, 11, or 13. Well, the equator is said to be the imaginary circle around the Earth which passes through 13 countries. And believe it or not, only 20% of the population live below the equator. But 17 of you are moving on to the next round. You got that question right, and you'll be moving on to question number 9, a step closer to that $200 cash pot. Which recurring actor has appeared in the most Wes Anderson films? Is it Owen Wilson, Bill Murray, or Edward Norton? And I'll give you a little clue. Wes Anderson wrote Moonrise Kingdom and Fantastic Mr. Fox, if that helps you. Well, the correct answer is Bill Murray, and only 10 of you got that right. A fun fact about Bill Murray, not only has he appeared in the most Anderson films, but he is a part-time owner of the minor league baseball team right here in Charleston, the River Dogs, so keep your eye on him as he is a local. Moving on to question number 10. Who doesn't love Disney? But which of these Disney movies was the first to be released? Was it Alice in Wonderland, Peter Pan, or Cinderella? Which one of those is the first to be released? Well, the correct answer is Cinderella. That was released in 1950. Alice in Wonderland was released in 1951, and Peter Pan 1953. Well, 7 of you got that right. That was a bit of a toughie. They're all released around the same date, but let's move on. Question number 11, and we're in sports. Which was the first country to win a consecutive FIFA World Cup championship? Was it Brazil, Italy, or Germany? And remember, that's the first country to win the consecutive World Cup championship. Well, the correct answer is Italy, and although they may have won it then, they won't be winning it anytime soon, because for the first time in over half a century, Italy will not be going to the World Cup after Sweden beat them 1-0 earlier this year on Arrogate. Maybe we could arrange a scrimmage for the USA and Italy during that time. Moving on to the final question. It's question number 12. You've made it here. You're in with a shot of winning the $200, and we'll end it with a bit of science. Which of these does not appear as one of the 118 elements on the periodic table? Is it molybdenum, rentgenium, or unberyllium? Whew. That's right. Take a guess if you don't know. Because the correct answer is unberyllium. You know, it does exist, but it's not one of the official 118 on the periodic table, but we all knew that, right? Well, 4 of you did, and you will be splitting the $200 cash prize. Congratulations to our 4 winners today. So that's $50 each. You are a star, and if you didn't win, you're still a star for playing with us. We know how hard it is. We love you too. Tomorrow is your time to shine. Don't forget to tweet us, but most importantly, be back here at 2:30 p.m. tomorrow. Same place, new questions, new money, but for now, toodaloo, friends.